Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to 6 disturbing forest encounters caught on camera. Let's check it out.
Recorded by a student named Chris Muir. For a few minutes, Chris and his friends you're seeing
Started real quick.
were recording outside. In January 2015, a group of New Zealand film students were recording outside their school at Auckland's Parnell railway station. The footage you're seeing now was recorded by a student named Chris Muir. For a few minutes, Chris and his friends were messing around and having fun as they filmed. But that's when the group spotted a man and a woman wearing creepy white masks.
What the heck? Bro, imagine you just like walking in the middle of the woods, bro, and you just see like not even just like a couple, just like a one creepy dude just like with a white mask, bro. I don't know, cause white mask, it really hides your facial features and your emotions, and it just makes you look, I don't know, scary. Like I feel like if you look at someone who's very emotionless and they're just staring at you, it's just really, really creepy.
Hiding in the tall grass next to the station and staring ominously at the camera.
Oh, yeah, I better get straight converted now. Get that fully
What the heck?
As it was later revealed, Chris and his buddies first thought that the masked people were probably pranksters from the school trying to creep them out, which is why they can be heard laughing throughout the footage. However, the students later confessed that it was more so nervous laughter and that they were actually pretty terrified during the encounter. Disturbingly, looking at the footage, they noticed that the couple appeared to be armed. In some of the clips, it looks like one of them is holding a pistol.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell no, bro. You know, see, in my mind, I'm thinking, yo, it's just a guy and a woman, bro. I can literally just take them on out, bro. Like legit, bro. I can just start boxing the dude, bro. And if the woman interferes, just like slap her, bro. Like for real, bro. Like self-defense type shit. You know, in my mind, I'm like, yo, there's two guys and there's a guy and a girl. The two guys obviously have the advantage. So I was thinking like if they attack us, we could just slap box them and we win and get the fuck out. But nope, they're armed. They're armed, and that just adds depth to the creepiness. I'm not gonna lie. If I see a creepy motherfucker out here with a gun and their arm, it's GG's, bro. Like I'm running, I'm going the other direction, complete opposite direction, and running for my life, bro. Because I know for a fact if I don't, it's GG's, bro. Nah, bro, you gotta run, bro. There's no way.
Where's the other one?
There's no way you're getting closer to.
Where's the other one? I don't see him.
As soon as the suspects got a little too close for comfort, the group ran back to the main road, after which they reportedly saw a police chopper approaching the area of the incident.
Hell no, bro. That's when you know. That's when you know it's fucked, bro. Like if you're seeing, that's how you know those two individuals were are not normal, bro. They're definitely up to something sketchy, bro. Especially the police chopper out there. Like it just adds more suspicious.
It's not entirely clear who called the cops that day, but based on my research, this wasn't the first time the couple had harassed the public with their creepy masks and weapons. Earlier that week, they had terrorized a woman at Auckland's Domain Park, but left before the police were able to arrest them. When the cops arrived at the train station, Chris and his friends gave them the report, after which the Auckland Police Department uploaded a Facebook post where they urged the suspects to come forward and warned civilians to stay far away from the masked couple if they saw them. They also cautioned that if they saw someone carrying what appeared to be a weapon, they had no way of knowing if the weapon was real or fake and would be forced to approach the situation as if it were real. Shortly after that, the suspects reportedly came forward to talk to the cops. Throughout the investigation, the authorities didn't release a whole lot of information to the public about who these people were, whether their weapons were real, or what their intentions were. But one thing we know for sure is that this wasn't just an innocent prank. In fact, when a lot of people online started accusing the students of staging a prank just to get attention, a spokesperson from the school came forward to clarify that the masked suspects had nothing to do with the institute. According to an article from Vice, a police spokesperson later confirmed that the weapons were fake. But I wasn't able to find any official confirmation of this, and to this day, not a lot of people know who the suspects were or why they were terrorizing the public for no reason. Whatever the case, it's a good thing Chris and his friends were able to get away before things took a turn for the worse.
You see these people, these creepy people doing stuff like that, right? But let me tell you, if it's in a wrong crowd, bro, like say they're doing this shit in O Block, they're getting their wig split instantly. Like if you do some creepy shit like this, like in the bad neighborhood, bro, or you go to the wrong person, bro, you're getting your wig split, like straight up. Not even like a second's gonna go by, bro. You're already down on the ground, bro.
Near the base of Mount Fuji in Japan lies a forest that's known among the locals as the Sea of Trees.
Mount
Interestingly, the
Fuji.
entire forest grew out of a 30 square kilometer patch of hardened lava that was laid down by the last major eruption of Mount Fuji. A little more disturbingly, though, over the years, the Sea of Trees has become known as a place where people go to take their own lives.
Oh
And
shit.
if you venture far enough into the forest, it's not uncommon at all to find a body.
Nah,
Near
bro.
the entrance of the forest, a sign written in Japanese reads, "Quietly think
Wait.
once more about your."
Oh wait, is this the suicide forest? Because I heard of the suicide forest. Because I know that's an actual thing. I think I first heard of about it when they were doing like I think they made a movie about this forest. Like it wasn't an actual like it was a fiction movie. Obviously, they like added their own twist to it. But I heard of the suicide forest though. I know it's a real thing where like the Japanese people go to take their lives, and it's mainly like where what they call it I forgot what they call it, but like they're like the man like guys who actually work like actual like not even 9 to 5s, bro. They be like working like straight up like 17, 15 plus hours, bro. Like 15 plus hours, bro. Because the work culture in Japan, they're getting like overworked and stuff. So like I heard of like those type of people who be working those type of jobs like can't handle it anymore, and they just like go on to the forest and stuff.
Your parents, siblings, and children. Please don't suffer alone and first reach out. In July 2017, urban explorer and YouTuber Burbex ventured into the forest to see what he'd find, walking his viewers through his entire journey into
And I forgot Logan Paul too. Logan Paul did this shit, and he actually recorded a body, bro. Like,
the Sea of Trees. But even though the video starts out tame enough, just a few minutes into his exploration, the uploader comes across an abandoned bike, and that's when things get a little disturbing.
I'm only a few meters away from the road right now, but I've already found an abandoned bike. It's actually a pretty nice bike. Let's take a look at it. I don't think it's been here a long time. What do we got in here? And
oh shit.
packet for a knife. I think I've just found some kind of note in a bag. It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here, and I'm not sure what this means.
On top of the bike, Burbex finds an empty piece of packaging for a kitchen knife, and a few minutes later, he comes across a note written on a plastic bag. The note translates to 1211 verified, Fuji Yoshida Police Station verified, meaning it's likely evidence of someone who abandoned their stuff to take their own life in the forest, confirmed by the local police station. It's incredibly haunting to think how many lives have been lost in that forest over the years, and even more disturbing to think that any random passerby could easily find the body while exploring the terrain. Over the years, the Japanese government has implemented several measures, such as placing security cameras near the entrance to track those who walk inside, as well as training volunteers to talk to the visitors who are thinking of taking their lives. Still, this hasn't stopped people from following through with it, and the fact that the media has really played a big part in sensationalizing the forest in recent years hasn't helped either.
Damn, bro.
In early 2023, a man named David Meredith was taking his usual evening stroll through his neighborhood in Red Deer, Canada, when he suddenly saw a bull moose eating next to a tree. Hoping to catch a better
Like, bull
glimpse, he hid
moose.
behind the tree to watch. And that's when the moose turned around and started charging at him. To understand how incredibly dangerous this is, keep in mind that an adult...
No, bro, yeah, bro, like, I don't fuck with mooses, bro. Like, if I see a moose, bro, that's your territory, bro. Understand I'm leaving, bro. Just let me go, bro. Cause I'm scared of mooses same as I'm scared of bears, bro. Cause they're known to be aggressive. Like they're known to be aggressive.
male moose can run faster than 35 miles per hour,
Oh
which is
hell
almost
yeah,
twice as fast as the max speed for the average human male.
yeah.
Even though moose aren't generally aggressive, they can easily trample and kill a
They're not. I thought they were aggressive.
human if they feel threatened, which is probably what happened here. Fearing for his life, David hoisted himself up the tree next to him to avoid getting stabbed by the moose's antlers.
He just ran me up a tree.
he's just camping, bro. The moose is honestly just camping, bro. That's horrifying, bro.
As soon as he was out of the moose's reach, he started recording. For about 30 seconds, the moose just stares at David, and you can hear the uploader's nervous breathing as he waits for the moose to leave. But shortly after, the moose starts charging back and forth with its head down, which is a clear sign that it's stressed and would probably trample David if he were to come down or fall from the tree.
Oh, I heard that growl, bro.
Based on what he mentioned to the news station that interviewed him a couple of days later, David stayed in the tree for over 10 minutes waiting for the moose to leave him alone. When asked how he climbed up the tree, he demonstrated how he pulled himself up by a flimsy-looking branch, which is honestly one of the most concerning parts of this whole situation. That branch breaks, and David would have been at the mercy of a very angry moose and might not have lived to tell the tale. Luckily, after seeing that David wasn't coming down, the moose finally gave up and ran off, thanks to which the uploader was able to come down safely after waiting it out for around an extra half hour. In February 2018, a man named Greg Harris uploaded a GoPro video of himself riding his ATV on an unnamed trail. For the first few seconds, the footage shows pretty much exactly what you'd expect from this kind of upload. But in the blink of an eye, something extremely disturbing interrupts Greg's ATV ride.
You know, I really be thinking because I'm kind of like a nature guy, so I kind of want to I like going to woods and forests and exploring and hiking trails. What I don't like is the animals. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mess with animals like deers and stuff, and like squirrels and like foxes, because they don't really do stuff. But like when it comes to like the big animals like bears, that's like one thing you don't want to see, bro. Especially if I go to a trail and it says beware of bears, bro. I'm just not going, bro. I'm not going. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking my life. But the moose thing was just I don't know. Wait, what is he doing?
If you didn't catch it, someone had set up a metal wire between the two trees, which got caught in the uploader's helmet and forced him to stop.
Shit.
It's pretty disturbing to think that if Greg hadn't been so lucky, he could have been decapitated by the wire.
Bro, how's that? Is that even allowed? Like to have stuff like that, like traps like that? Like that can't be legal. Like, bro, if he was just going like normal, cause bro, when you're going trails like that, you're going to go fast, bro. Like you're gonna go. Like, this is literally the only area where you can actually speed. And bro, if he didn't slow down, bro, easily decapitation, bro.
Fortunately, as mentioned in the video description, his speed, along with the wire hitting his helmet instead of his neck, caused it to break as he passed through it. It might seem shocking that anyone would even think of doing something as incredibly evil as setting up a lethal booby trap in the middle of an ATV trail, but sadly, it's actually pretty common in the dirt bike and ATV community. Sometimes these wires are set up by people trying to keep bikers off their property. Others are set up by psychos who get irritated by the noise and decide to use violence to fix the issue.
Bro, that's so stupid, bro. Those type of people, bro. We really have people like this living on Earth, bro. We legit have people like this in the world, bro. Like just because of the noise and stuff, you're literally gonna take someone's life, bro. That's stupid.
And the rest are set up by people who are just messed up in the head and want to bring harm to others for no reason.
Yeah, nah.
In this case, it's impossible to tell who was responsible for setting up the trap. This is just one of those videos where if the wire was set up just slightly lower, the accident could have easily been fatal. Luckily, he was able to walk away with minimal injuries, and he used his video as a way to warn others to watch out for these kinds of traps, especially when riding through trees. Back in the summer of 2014, a man named Chris was biking in the mountains near Fernie, British Columbia, when he suddenly noticed what appeared to be an animal approaching him in the tall grass. Immediately, he realized it was a mountain lion, and that's when he started recording.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mountain lion. He's crouching in the grass. He's actually coming towards me.
At first, it's kind of hard to see where exactly the animal is, but as Chris walks towards the trail, you can see it emerging from the grass coming closer.
I kind of see it right here. I think it's right here. Is that it? Bro, I have like terrible vision, bro. If I was here, bro, I'll be dead in a minute.
That
In a
is
second.
a mountain lion,
If it's on here. Is this?
and he's stalking me.
Like where I'm hovering my mouse?
Even though mountain lion sightings are rare, they have been known to attack people in certain situations. And let's just say, if you see one stalking you in the tall grass, slowly approaching as it stares you down, you can be pretty certain that you're in danger. About 2 minutes into the footage, the lion starts walking a little faster, and Chris does the one thing you never do with a mountain lion by turning his back and starting to run.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't. He ran, bro. Bro, what
Hey,
the?
Mr. Mountain Lion.
You see how fast? No, bro. You see how fast that the line went from? How far was it? Like, you see how fast? It was just like doing a little light jog. I mean, I don't know why you'll try to run. That's the thing. You're not supposed to run when you encounter these animals, bro. You're supposed to like play dead, I guess. But even then, bro, you're screwed either way. So unless you have a weapon.
Hey, Mr. Mountain Lion. How are you doing?
Bro,
Nice
just
to
look
see
at
you.
it. Just look at it staring.
Nice to see you.
Bro, throw a rock at it.
I am much bigger than you.
Over the next couple of minutes, Chris tries to get the animal to go away, but it only walks around him and continues to stalk him, staring him down in the tall grass near the entrance to the woods. A couple of minutes later, the uploader manages to take a few steps toward the main trail back to his car, but he doesn't get too far
Bro,
before
it's
the mountain
still
lion cuts him off
following
again.
them.
Stay back. Stay there. I'm not afraid of you.
Oh, it's backing up now.
Fortunately, after a few moments of tension, the mountain lion turns around and disappears into the trees. Being in a position like that has to be downright terrifying, especially when you consider that the only reason the lion didn't attack was because it didn't want to. And had it felt more threatened, it easily could have
It didn't attack because it didn't want to, bro. If it full on wanted to, bro, buddy would have been dead.
done some serious damage. Thankfully, it was just a close call and Chris was able to walk away from the terrifying encounter unharmed. In March 2019, a 5-year-old girl from Fairlawn, New Jersey was playing with her friends near a creek in a wooded area behind her home right off Route 208. This was an area the family knew very well, as they'd been living there for 13 years, and the girl's father, Dave Kuroda, and his wife felt completely safe letting their kid play in the woods behind their house. But at some point during that particular afternoon, the girl came across a pile of clothing in the woods, after which she immediately ran back to tell her dad what
The heck? Is that our bra? I don't know, that's like the first thing I noticed.
she had found. Strangely, the clothes appeared to have been cut off a person's body, and there were suspicious red stains all over the tattered, shredded outfit. After confirming the bundle consisted only of women's clothing, Dave called the Bergen County Sheriff's Office and reported the incident, feeling like it was just too out of the ordinary for a random pile of cut-up clothes to appear near the entrance of the woods so close to his home. Even though this was the first time their daughter saw the clothes, it appeared they had been in the woods for several months, which explains some of the excessive wear and tear, but not the suspicious cuts and stains all over the outfit. Immediately, Fairlawn police started asking the public if they could identify the clothes, hoping that it was just a prank rather than something more sinister. Unfortunately, nobody came forward, and until the clothes can be linked to some sort of
Oh, bro, they still haven't solved this mystery? Bro, someone died, bro. Someone died, bro.
crime or to a victim, they can't be accepted for testing by the police department. To this day, the cops from the Fairlawn Police Department haven't been able to match the clothing to anyone in particular. And at this point, all we can do is hope that whoever those clothes belonged to did not come to the harrowing fate that the dark reddish stains imply.
Damn, bro. Just finding like random clothes, bro, in the woods, bro, just is a bad sign. I'm not gonna lie to you. But hey, comment down what y'all think. Let me know what y'all want me to react next. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.